Update on the storm. We didn't get really any wind. I mean, we've gotten some, nothing, no 50 or 40 or 30 mile an hour winds, but I mean, we've got a ton of water sitting around here. I mean, I can't even get to my sidewalk unless I walk around my entire neighbor's house. But I mean, I can't get to any of this. This is way worse than normal. And then it's like runs off over here from the church, and all this is running off over here. It's kind of receded a little bit, but I mean, all this is fine. Nothing got damaged. No crazy wind. Everything looks okay. I've been watching all morning, but this was a constant river. It's not so bad right now. It actually just receded a lot in the last like hour, because all this was just solid water. I actually grabbed my truck keys. I was gonna back my truck up, but it's not so bad right now. But I mean, it's still pretty bad. With all the mud, like this was solid water all the way up to the tree. So it actually went down a little bit. Where it all is going right now, I'm not totally sure. I do have a drain over here, but when they originally dug this septic, put this septic in, and then we obviously put sidewalks in, the drain is like right there, and it just got packed with mud when that happened. And then obviously with this, it just made it worse. The only kind of casualty I see is her, and her arms kind of always come unhooked. So other than that, we didn't really get anything but some rain. I mean, a lot of it, but I mean, definitely is better right now than it was earlier, because it rained hard. But yeah, so that's the daily update. All the props seem fine. I'm gonna go ahead and go about my day here.
What's going on, guys? So tonight we're gonna switch it up. Instead of doing a yard haunt update, we're just gonna go out here in the garage from the cuff, because it's pouring down rain. The sidewalk looks extremely sketchy. We're hearing like splash noises, so that means like dirt and stuff's falling in that hole out front, and I'm not going out there because there's no point. I haven't done anything to the yard. I haven't messed with anything. It's been storming all day. We were supposed to get 20 to 50 mile an hour winds or something like that. It's insane, but I'm not dealing with it. It's freezing cold, and winter's on its way, and I'm not dealing with it. So we're just gonna stay out here in the garage and talk about what's left for the rest of haunt season. So the other day, I would say supervisor did say he was going to walk around and check out, everything on the road, the sidewalks, the everything, just to make sure it was all cleared, and go around with the fire chief to make sure everything was good for trick-or-treat, which our trick-or-treat is next Sunday, the 26th. So I don't really know if they're even gonna do that, because I mean, they still might, just in case people do walk down the street and stuff, and they'll probably make sure mine's really good, because there's gonna be people by my house and they know that. So they'll probably make sure mine's really nice and everything's good to go then. But as far as the rest of the town, I don't really know what they're gonna do. They already came by the other night and they put out the trunk or treat pamphlets and stuff, like the paperwork. I filmed it in a yard haunt. It was taped to my door. So they already kind of pushed that along. So I think they're just gonna stick to the trunk or treat thing. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna go down there and do it, because I usually stay at home and just kind of man the fort and make sure everything's good here. And my wife will take the kids, and she has all like her cheerleader girls come and stuff like that. So she usually takes all them down there and does all the trick-or-treat stuff. But I just stay home and make sure no one's like stealing our stuff or anything like that, or breaking it or anything. So I think she's going to do that. So we're not going to set up at the trunk or treat, and I'm not going to leave, I'm not going to go down there and do it. And then, I can't be at two places at once. So I'm just going to stay at the house. And if people decide to come, we've got candy to give out. So if you want to come here, you're more than welcome. So that's what we're going to do. And if not, then we're going to have a ton of candy that we'll just eat throughout the year. I really, really don't care. Other than that, I just feel like super defeated this season. I really wish I wouldn't have set up just because of all this. Had I known they were going to be where they are when they are, I would have just stayed. I would have just kept everything in the garage, and I would have just put out maybe some tombstones out there. I wouldn't have put up the fence. I wouldn't have put up a bunch of animatronics. I wouldn't have done a bunch of lighting. I probably would have done couple lights on the tombstones and maybe like one or two animatronics towards the porch, and that's about it. 12-foot skeleton, something like that, a couple scarecrows or something. I probably wouldn't have done too much. Had I known then what I know now, I wouldn't have done what I did, but it is what it is. I know next year they're talking about running water lines as well. They said 26, they're talking about that, but luckily that's going to be on the other side of the street, so that's not going to affect me until they have to dig across the road and all that crap, and we have to hook in. Then it's going to affect me. But what is going to affect me that we discovered too is, so next year they're going to do they're going to have to dig this up again. Not so much to the extent that they are, but we have to all hook into the sewer system. So this year they have to get it all ran all the way down the street, get everything hooked into like the main like pump station and all that stuff. They have to get all that figured out, all that done, because they're on grant money from the government. So they got to get all this money spent and done by the end of this calendar year. So we're October, they got a few more months to go here. They should have it done, we'll see. But then they're saying by spring or summer is when we have to hook into that. So everything has to be done and tested, and all that has to be good to go before we hook into it, and then it's like live. So then again, if they're going to wait till summertime, guess what's right after summer? Yep, you guessed it, Halloween. So we'll see how tore up it is next year. And if it's tore up, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not doing it. So that's just kind of what's going on here. I know I've been saying I'm making props, I'm doing this, I'm building that. I have been. Right here's my 8-foot obelisk sitting over there behind me. Keep staring at it. Kind of trying to think what I want to do with it, because I want to customize it a little bit. I think this year I'll put it out this year, but I won't do anything. But when I'm in here for the winter, I'll probably redo it and repaint it and do some other stuff with it. But yeah, I've been making a couple things. I was working on a scarecrow today. Don't know if I really want to waste my time finishing it, because obviously it's just going to sit in the garage all year. So I'm like, do I even want to keep going on this thing or what, or just wait till next spring and start doing it? Because once the winter hits, it gets crazy in this garage, because all the kids' toys come in for the winter. Obviously all this Halloween shit behind me just stacks up higher, because every year we get more stuff, we add new boxes, add more props, and I don't have any more places to store this stuff. So I'm trying to sell a lot of this on Marketplace, and Marketplace is not delivering right now. I cannot get rid of this stuff. So I'm having a hard time with Marketplace. I'm trying to get some of this stuff sold to make room for other stuff, and honestly I'd like to have some more room in my garage. Trying to figure out some other stuff with like all my fireworks stuff I have, because I have a ton of stuff for that. And they're building huge barns behind where I shoot my shows. So once all that happens, I won't be able to do fireworks shows where I normally do it. I don't know if I'll even be able to do one next year. So I'm just kind of like, well, I'll get rid of that to some of my buddies, and I'll open up more space in here to be able to build, because I would like to vend at least MHC next year, Midwest Haunters Convention. I'd like to go there, or East Coast Haunters Convention. Either one of those, if not both. So I need to really get busy and focus on stuff for that show, because I really, really would like to do one of these big shows and just be done for the year, and then be able to focus on the haunted house. So that's kind of what I want to do. That's my plans with all that. So other than that, but this is like, I know I posted a picture on my YouTube community page, but this is just a mask I made. It was a latex build-up. I actually ended up molding it, and then this one I just painted to kind of try to match this. I just kind of did it by like memory. I was like, yeah, we'll just mix a little of this and a little of that. And then I added, stop rolling. I added like a black wash to it, and then I added in some hair. So I just took this potato sack and cut it out to where its head fits in there, and then I just contact cemented all this around here. So I'll probably go in with like some more latex and stuff, and get in there and, you know, kind of do something there. But I'm going to mount this. This is going to be the head to my scarecrow. Then I have a skeleton body, wherever that went. So I got this guy right here. I'm going to rip his head off. I'll use this for a prop I'll make for like MHC or something. So we'll take his head. These guys I got to do differently, because I need his arms to lay flat out. So like his arms need to go flat out. So I took a drill bit, drilled through there, and I just wired this up. So obviously a scarecrow's arms need to lay flat, and these arms only go straight up. So we had to pop the sockets out, drill some holes, put some wire in there, and now I'm able to put the arms out. But I need to corpse this thing first. So I gotta get this all figured out, screwed into place, how I want to get it, and then corpse it, and then mount it on the board, and all that crap. So I don't know. I might just corpse it on the board. Then it's kind of like stuck to the board. That would be cool too. So we have that project. This is the one I said kind of pumping the brakes. Do I want to mess with it this year? Not really. So it is what it is. Other than that, I haven't made too much. I finished that groundbreaker prop that Jamie from New England Haunter made. Sitting over here. Haven't put out in the yard. Obviously, it's been raining. These guys are tearing up everything out front. So I'll let this week go by. Once they're done out front of my house and this storm blows by, I'll go ahead and put this stuff out there. I'll get that out there, and I'll get this 8-foot obelisk out there. And then that'll be it. That's the last stuff I'm putting out there. And then shortly after that, everything's coming back inside. And everything's going to have to come in one piece at a time, because everything went out one piece at a time. So I'll have to get the ladder in here, get the animatronic boxes down, put them in there, put the box back up, and just kind of keep doing that. Tear them apart, put them in the box, put it away. Go to the next section of the garage, do the same thing, and then I'll bring in all the lighting, throw that in the tote, all that stuff. Tombstones, all that good stuff. We'll put them where they need to go, in the attic or in here. I got a bunch more skeletons. I got to put those in the attic. Other than that, I haven't really been making like my own props for my stuff. I kind of stopped doing that just to get through the haunt season. Made a lot of stuff for the haunted house. Been doing that. We got 3 more weekends left, I think. Yeah, we go till November 8th. So we got a little bit of time left on the haunt. And then after that, it's just kind of, chill till Thanksgiving. And then you got Christmas. And then New Year's, and then we're right back into haunt season, because Trans World is right around the corner, and then all that stuff. But I know after this haunt season, we're gonna start getting busy building stuff at the haunted house for next season. So I'm gonna be busy doing stuff there as well in the off season. Hopefully a lot more than we were this year. That way it just gives us more time to do stuff. So we'll see. But I do apologize. My voice is shot from working a different room last night at the haunt than I normally do. It was a lot more yelling than not so much more yelling, but it was just yelling different phrases and words, and pretty sure I used different vocal cords than I normally do. So, yeah, so that's about it. Yeah, like I said, I'm sure you can hear the wind and the rain. I went out there earlier today. I didn't see anything messed up. I don't know if it got nearly as windy or if that all literally blew over. But I didn't see anything destroyed. But now the wind seems to be picking up. It's showing about 19-mile-an-hour winds, which could be damaging. It could mess some stuff up, blow some stuff over. But I'm not too concerned. We're supposed to get rain till like midnight. And yeah, like I said, it's cold, it's raining, it's windy. I'm not filming a yard haunt update, so I just figured I'd give you kind of a haunt update in here. But other than that, that's it. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me, and I will catch you on the next video. Happy haunting.
Well, I'll give you a sneak peek of the yard at night. It kind of quit raining, but the wind picked up pretty good. Flooded out here per usual now. Everything's really bobbling around. Oh, the spooky tree completely turned. So we're getting some pretty good gusts. Tombstone fell over. Gravedigger, he's getting hit pretty hard by the wind. Caretaker's bobbling around. The Gravedigger with the dude on his shoulder, he's moving pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the spooky tree itself, all it did was turn, which I tried to put it sideways, which is why I put it sideways, because the wind is blowing from this direction, which I was hoping the wind would come from the other way because the big construction and all that stuff, well, the equipment would block the wind, but of course it's coming from the back. But I've turned the spooky tree sideways, hoping that it would blow around it, but it always spins it sideways. I don't understand. That's what it is. But man, that wind, the wind gusts are pretty strong, and I don't know exactly what the mile per hour is right here is pretty intense. Everything's still standing, but for how long, I don't know. Lost a tombstone. I wouldn't say lost, but fell over. Caretaker's kind of making me a little nervous. Spooky tree's leaning quite a bit now. That scarecrow was wobbling really good when I first walked out here. Yeah, that Gravedigger is really Grave Robber's really he's really rocking.